Black Flag,
Bad Religion,
Dead Kennedys,
the Sex Pistols,
Green Day.
you could kind of play some of that stuff a little easier.
I suppose the first riff that I heard that maybe you want to be a good bass player was Steve Soto's riff in The Adolescents. It goes like this. That's it. The first riff I ever learned was either the second song on Bad Religion's first album, which goes, or it could have been Paranoid by the Dickies, not Black Sabbath.
My favorite riff of all is a Bad Religion riff that is the one that everyone probably already knows. American Jesus. Sometimes played depending on my mood.
The only person that was projecting a kind of sexuality in the underground music scene that I knew of really, really doing it was Henry Rollins. Rollins influenced a lot of people. Doesn't really get quite the credit, in my opinion, but Black Flag had a tune called Thirsty and Miserable that was pretty cool. That Greg Ginn, the main songwriter, actually didn't write. It was Des Cadena. That was killer. Greg obviously has a million tunes that are killer. You know, I mean, Rise Above is great, you know. So many cool things, and that's a great song. That's a battle cry. It's a theme song, kind of it's a way of life.
First solo I ever attempted to learn and kind of learned was by Meat Puppets, but it was the Nirvana version, again on the Unplugged. That album really had changed my life. But Meat Puppets, Lake of Fire. Something like that.
It's hard to place exactly what riff or song it was that made me want to play guitar, but you might be surprised to hear that the band, or at least one of the bands that really got me wanting to start playing, was actually The Offspring. I don't remember what song it was exactly, but I do remember that I used to play Come Out and Play all the time, because that was Raven's entrance theme in ECW.
Getting a little older and getting into you know, adolescence, and when I started learning how to play guitar, definitely went through a phase of like punk was cool because you could kind of play some of that stuff a little easier, and it wasn't like, I guess, as technical. That wasn't as big a focus in punk rock music, where, you know, metal was more, it had some of the same energy, but was a lot more technical. I mean, punk was, you know, like, just 4 chords, Black Flag, you know, like once you had the power chords down, you could play that stuff.
I had accidentally got this Dead Kennedys tape passed along to me in the art room. And I was like, my friend was like, dude, listen to this, the stupidest music you've ever heard. It's terrible. And I heard it and I coveted it. I was like, this is awesome. I don't know what you're thinking, man. This music is crazy. It is as cool as shit. I love it. It was Frankenchrist. And, you know, immediately wanted to be in a band playing music like that because it was so far out and it was not on the radio. You couldn't find it anywhere. You couldn't find pictures of these dudes, the records. You could barely find their records. And inside the records, there was never any pictures of the guys. I mean, where's the pictures?
Can't really say what the first riff is that I wrote for NoFX. I write all the songs, but I think my first really cool bass riff was for The Death of John Smith. This is in 1990. My favorite NoFX bass riffs, I think I can do 3. I think I invented this style of bass riff. I do it in 2 songs, In the Decline and The Idiots Are Taking Over. It's a weird circular pattern. It's a triplet. Suits and Ladders. This is a cool riff. Hard to play. Hurts your fingers after a while. And there's one in Decline I like. It goes, it's funny, I can't play it on stage. I have to play it like, I have to hold the bass up here because I can't reach it. Here's how it goes. Oh, it goes like this. The song goes like this usually. I kind of got it. One more try. Goes like this. Ow! Did I get it?
Went and stayed at my grandma's house one time, and I went to the mall, and I bought Black Flag first 4 years on cassette tape, and I figured out how to play Nervous Breakdown.
My friends at the time, you know, we were in a after school kind of rock band type thing, a little program that the school had, and we participated in it, and we all liked the song Welcome to Paradise by Green Day. And you know, there's that really cool part where there's that little bass, you know, kind of bass bridge kind of part. You know, and I love that part. You know, I thought it was awesome, and I still think it's awesome to this day. I mean, it's one of my favorite bass lines. So I picked it up. You know, we all learned the song, and you know, we finally played it, you know, in front of the parents and teachers, and you know, it was a great time, you know, and it was a perfect start, you know, to bass playing.
And all the metal stuff with Maiden, with harmonized leads, and Metallica just like blazing fast, and Megadeth, I was like, I want to do this. And I couldn't play all that stuff, so I had to figure out what to start to play first. And I went to the Sex Pistols, because I could play that whole album in like 2 weeks. We were actually talking about it this morning, and I was playing it, and it was like, you're playing it way better than Steve Jones was playing that. Like,
well, he started playing something, and there was definitely a proper E major. You played an E major. I was like, there's no way the fifth is in it. There's no way that's how it's. Yeah, and you were doing like, I was like, there's
so it's probably more like.
First of all, yeah, chop your pinky off right off the bat.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, all downstrokes. You're doing upstrokes.
Finessing it too much?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There you go. And those horse trots you're doing, not a chance. Those aren't in there either.
And I don't know that I love the Sex Pistols as much as I could play it.
So some of my favorite riffs that I like to play, at the drive-in song One Arm Scissor. Remember that, that's really the first riff that had, you know, more expensive sounding chords. Like, you know, instead of playing in E minor like this, they would play it like, so it had more of a more colorful feel to it. And then, like, you know, with just these chords, you could you could, you know, expand around. It just opens new avenues. So just learning that stuff. Learning just different inversions of chords. Definitely was exciting.
Yeah, you know, I grew up like a punk kid. So the first kind of songs and stuff I started learning was, it's not very metal, but it was like Blink-182.
Hell yeah.
I think the first riff I ever learned was from Damn It, you know.